Hi, today I'm going to show you how to set up the OKAM-Pro cameras. The first thing you're going to want to do is go to your App Store or your Play Store, depending on if you have a Samsung or Apple phone. You're going to search for the OKAM-Pro app and you're going to download it to your phone. Then, when you have it downloaded, go ahead and open it, agree to the privacy policy, and the first thing you're going to want to do is create an account. To create an OKAM-Pro account, go ahead and click the Register Now button. Now enter an email address that you use on a regular basis. You're going to have to verify your email address. Agree to the user agreement and click the Get Verification Code button. To get the verification code, go to your email inbox. You should see an email from I4. Inside that email, there is a 4-digit PIN code. Remember that code and go back to the OKAM-Pro app. Type in the 4-digit code and then hit Done. Now you'll create your password. Once you've created your password, hit Done and you've successfully created your OKAM-Pro account. Next, what you're going to want to do is log in and agree to location services and allow the OKAM-Pro account to find devices. Now we should be at the home page. Before adding our device, we need to power on our camera. What you're going to want to do is disassemble the bird box. Take off the lid and unscrew both of the nuts and take off the washers. Use your thumbs to press on the studs to remove the front of the bird box. Now you'll only have to do this once. The on and off switch is located right where the solar panel plugs into the camera. I'll show you where it is in the video here. To find the on and off switch underneath the camera, first use your fingers to find the solar panel's cord. Simply follow the cord down to the camera's base, and next to it there should be the on and off switch. Flip the switch to the right and your camera should turn on. You should see the camera start to move, and then eventually it'll start speaking to you. Once you've given your camera a minute to turn on, make sure you're connected to your home Wi-Fi. Now we can go back to the OKAM-Pro app. On the home screen you should see a big plus button. Press the big plus button and then press the wireless camera option. Check the box above the next button, and the OKAM-Pro app should start searching for the device. Now what you're going to do is make sure that you're connected to the right network and enter your Wi-Fi password. Then hit Next and hit Confirm. Now this next part of the setup can be the most tricky. On your screen you should see a QR code. What you're going to want to do is take your phone with the QR code and point it at your camera. You can go back and forth until you hear a beep sound. It might take several tries. If you are having trouble getting the camera to recognize the QR code, or if you do hear the beep and the setup doesn't continue, we have a few options that we can try. Underneath the camera turret, under a rubber tab, there is the reset button. Remember, this step is for the people who are having trouble connecting their camera. If your app went from the QR code to a connecting screen, you should be all set. To reset your camera, simply hold down the button for 5 seconds or more until the camera responds. Once you've given your camera a minute to reset, go back to the OKAM-Pro home screen and then press the plus button. Press wireless camera, and we're going to redo the steps of the QR code. What I like to do and what works best for me is when I get to the QR code page, I slowly move my phone forwards and backwards until the camera makes a beep sound. Once the camera recognizes the QR code, it should switch to the connecting page. Once the connection page has finished, you can now name your camera. Once you've picked out a name for your camera, tap the Get Started button. Then you can skip the whole Wi-Fi testing bit. What you can do on this next page is you can decide whether you want the notifications enabled or disabled. I suggest just keeping them on disabled and checking your camera periodically. Tap Get Started and don't worry about the whole upgrade thing. They're just trying to get you to buy cloud storage. Thankfully, I've already included an 8 GB SD card in your camera. You'll never have to take it out, everything can be downloaded straight from the app. Once you've gone through all the pop-ups, you should now have a working OKAM-Pro camera. Your new home screen now displays your camera. What you'll have to do is just tap the play button, and that will access your live feed. From there, there's a PTZ function that allows you to move your camera around. Simply use the arrows to move the camera up, down, left, or right. Once you've gotten done playing with the PTZ function, at the very bottom right, you'll see a tab called TF Card. This is where all your saved motion detection video will be. Each blue square you see in the TF Card tab is a recorded video. Tap on the blue square to view the footage, and then underneath the footage, there is the download button. There is also an option to turn on the light for this camera to see inside the bird box. It's a soft light and it doesn't bother the birds. To find the settings for your camera, you can go back to the OKAM-Pro home screen. There, you'll see your camera and 3 little dots. Tap the 3 little dots and you can find the settings tab. In your camera settings, there's an option called monitoring function. This is where you can find the sensitivity levels for your camera if you'd like to make it less sensitive to motion or more sensitive to motion. The settings tab also has options to reset your SD card if you ever need to. Now you've learned the basics for the OKAM-Pro security camera. At this time, you should put back together the bird box. My recommendation is to find a place that has a steady Wi-Fi connection to hang your birdhouse. You can hang it on the side of your home, on your garage, or maybe even if you have a tree nearby. Just make sure it has a stable Wi-Fi connection. This model can charge on a cloudy day, but a little sunlight doesn't hurt now and then. Thank you for purchasing my product, and we hope you enjoy.